This video illustrates how our smart building technology can recognize the identities, locations, and activities of a home's occupants, as illustrated by the building visualization shown on the left. A person enters the house, turns on the light, turns on the television, and sits down, which is shown on the visualization to the left. A second person enters the house, which illustrates how the system can perform multi-person tracking. Notice that neither person is wearing an RFID tag or radio beacon to help identify their location. The system is still able to identify that the second person walked through the living room and into the kitchen, and that the first person is still sitting in the living room. The second person turns on a light and fills a glass of water. As he walks through the doorway to the microwave, the system mistakenly thinks that he walked into the living room, but quickly corrects its mistake. The second person leaves to go into the bathroom. In this shot, you can see many of the sensors above the doorways and on the walls that are used by our system. These sensors are described in more detail at the end of the video. Although the first person is out of our field of view, these sensors are still able to identify his location and activities. The visualization shows that he turned on the bathroom light, flushed the toilet, washed his hands, and turned off the light. He came back into the living room, turned off the television, and walked out the door. At the same time, the second person takes his water out of the microwave, walks through the living room, and follows out the door. The person identification and tracking in this video is performed using what we call height sensors, which are ultrasonic transducers placed above each doorway that can sense the distance to the top of each person's head. This helps differentiate between people as they walk throughout the house, without requiring them to use wearable tags or cameras and microphones for tracking and identification. Once the system knows the identities and locations of the people in the house, it can do a better job optimizing heating and cooling energy. In ongoing work, we are developing techniques to manage that energy with active vent registers that mechanically control airflow into each individual room. In this demo, the television, lights, and water fixture recognition was performed manually, but in ongoing work we are developing new techniques to automatically recognize these mechanical loads using off-the-shelf electrical and water sensors.